This is going to be my review of Cats, the Jellicle Ball at PAC NYC, and I am going to be giving this review while I drink an Aperol Mimosa because it's the 4th of July, so why not? Okay, so as soon as I heard about this production, my first thought was that could work. So for those of you not in the know, so it's Cats. It's just the plot, as much as Cats has a plot, of Cats, the songs from Cats, but it's reimagined as ballroom culture. So it's a ball, and not ballroom like formal ballroom like gay ballroom. So my friend was confused about that at first. I got it, but I love Pose, so I guess that's why I figured that was what it was from the start, and I was right. So I will admit that most of what I know about ballroom culture and ballroom history and the history of balls is from Pose. So, for what that's worth, it's not my community, but it's something that I have an appreciation for. So I believe I heard that it was ballroom before I knew that Andre DeShields was attached to it. And then as soon as I heard Andre DeShields, it's like, okay, well, obviously he's old Deuteronomy, but also amazing, perfect, like 10 out of 10. And then I didn't know a lot who else was really going to be in the cast. I hadn't really been paying attention that much to casting. But there are a lot of notable names in here, performers that I have seen before. So Antoine Hopper, who was in A Strange Loop, plays McCavity. Shireen Pimentel, who was in the ill-fated West Side Story, which I actually did see before COVID shut it down, and then was in Into the Woods as Rapunzel, is Jelliolorum. I never have known how to say that cat's name. And then Nora Shell, who was in Jagged Little Pill, is playing Bustopher Jones. So that's the cast. So now let's get into, I want to kind of go through this song by songs, or at least picking out the songs that stuck out to me, major spoilers by the way, and see how they're reimagined and talk about how much they work, because spoiler, they all work. So in the beginning, so we see the DJ come out. The DJ is looking through a thing of records, picks out a Cats, vintage Cats record, dusts it off, takes it upstairs, and that's how we start. So already it's like, okay, this is Cats. And it is. So then we go into the overture, the Jellicle Songs for Jellicle Cats, which is the song which is the rehearsal footage that they have on their TikTok. So good. That song gets me so hype. They all come out, they do on the catwalk. So the stage is a catwalk, which is amazing. And then at the end, you have where the judges sit and you have a bunch of trophies there because it's ballroom. So they come out, they do Jellicle Songs for Jellicle Cats, go into the naming of cats, and then we go to the Old Gumby Cat. So here, Jenny Yenny Dots is reimagined as a house mother. She has 3 cats in her house. Victoria, it's very apparent as soon as Victoria comes out who Victoria is, because Victoria is wearing a platinum blonde, very long wig, and it's like, yep, that's Victoria. We have Tumble Brutus and Cassandra. So they're reimagined to be in the house of Dots, and a lot of them are wearing Dots. They're not all wearing Dots, but a few of them are, which I thought was very clever. So they do the Old Gumby Cat, very appropriate to reimagine her as a house mother. I think that's also when the Virgin Vogue comes out. So that's sort of a new addition. It's a small thing. There are no lyrics or anything, but they do the Virgin Vogue moment, and that's cool. Then we go into the Rum Tum Tugger, which is as sexy as ever. Sydney James Harcourt, who is a former Aaron Burr, which makes a lot of sense, is playing the Rum Tum Tugger. Always a standout song for me. Love it. And he's got this, tiger coat on that kind of fits with the original, but also fits very much with the ballroom scene. He was wearing skinny jeans, which I thought was an interesting choice since this is ballroom. But there's that. We then have the entry of Grisabella. So this is where another reimagining happens. In the original production, in most productions of Cats, the cats are kind of standoffish towards Grisabella when Grisabella comes out. And here they're very much more like, girl, are you coming? Like, come on, get down here. Much more supportive of her. By the way, Grisabella is wearing a baby fat t-shirt or a tank top. And that's just perfect detail. Loved it. So from that, we go into Bustopher Jones, the cat about town. And so Norshell, like I said, is playing Bustopher Jones. So that costume gave Party City to me, looked very like Spirit Halloween, which I thought like really fit. Like the costumes for the show are so good. And it's like, yeah, no, they're not going to have like, Bustopher Jones come out in like an actual tuxedo or tuxedo cat. Like it's gonna look like a, pretty cheap like tuxedo, and it worked. So Bustopher Jones, did enjoy that interpretation. That's never one of my favorite songs from the show, just to be totally honest, but I did enjoy that. Then we go into Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser. So they initially come out in these sweatpants. One's in pink sweatpants with green writing that say Victoria Grove, New Jersey on it, and the other's in pink sweatpants with green writing on it that says Victoria Grove, New Jersey. They do costume changes during their number, but I thought the sweatpants, like it gave, really was appropriate. Then we go into Old Deuteronomy. So Andre de Shield's entrance, obviously amazing. Then we have the introduction to the Jellicle Ball, Songs of the Turtle, and then we go to Grisabella at the end. So that's pretty much what I wanted to highlight from Act 1. So then Act 2, we have the Moments of Happiness. Then we go into Gus the Theater Cat, and Gus is played by someone who's kind of infamous in the ballroom world. I will, again, be honest that, so it's, Gus is played by Junior Labaya, which I believe is also a house. So again, I'm not super familiar with a lot of the specifics of ballroom. Oh, let me go back for a second. So when we start, there's sort of a tribute to house mothers and houses and ballroom culture in the beginning during the Moments of Happiness. And that's, I thought, really worked and was really nice. And then we go into Gus, and then that's, where I am. Okay. So that was good. Then we go into Shimble Shanks, which that's always, I love that song. My friend and I were talking like Shimble Shanks, McCavity, Mistopheles, then Memory, that, 4 in a row that are no skip songs. I will say I missed the tap dancing in Shimble Shanks, but I really enjoyed what they did with the number still. And then we go into McCavity. So McCavity is reimagined now as another house. So Demeter and Bob Lorena, who are sort of like McCavity's like girls in the original production, or his groupies. I don't really know what they are. But so they're in the house of McCavity. Again, makes sense. Now here we do McCavity. So it's interesting. So the police come at the end of McCavity, and the way that they do it in this production is Old Deuteronomy sort of sacrifices himself for McCavity. Instead of sort of like McCavity kidnapping him. So I thought that was very interesting. And then obviously they conjure the magical Mr. Mistopheles and bring Old Deuteronomy back. That's another fabulous number. Then we go into Memory. Amazing. I mean, a good song. Like I said, like no skips. And then the Journey to the Heaviside Lair, and then Addressing the Cats in the finale. And then they bring the cats out at the end. And they sort of like do a catwalk and do like a closing like that. And it's amazing. This is not so much a review, so much as me talking about how amazing this production was. It was so well thought out. All of the choices that it made to fit ballroom culture made sense. Like nothing was shoehorned in. It felt so natural. I really honestly get what people say when they say that this is the first time like Cats make sense to this. It's been extended through August 11th. If you can go see it, I absolutely recommend it. It is a great night of theater. It's songs that you are familiar with, but in a new, engaging way that you just will love. In the celebration of queer joy, I saw this on June 29th, so the second to last day of Pride Month. Just amazing. Really, I could not recommend it more. Also very, very easy to get to because it's right by the World Trade Center. So if you're coming from Jersey like I am now, you can just take the path and you'll be right there. Okay, so that's enough of that. Love this production. Gonna finish my mimosa. Bye.